Hey y'all. So it's a couple of things I forgot to mention as I was talking about the Adriana Smith case, so I wanted to add them. I'm not sure why this story is just so heavy for me. I don't know if it's because I'm a woman. I don't know if it's because I'm a black woman and this was a black woman. Nope. If she had been white or any other race, I would have still been mad and I would have still been talking a lot about it because it's really sick and I just can't wrap my head around this. How they could do this. Um, I also have two daughters and a lot of other women in my life who I love, who are of childbearing age. And just in general, as a woman, I'm worried for every single woman who is of childbearing age. I cannot have any more kids. Thank God. And I was able to make that choice for myself. Anyway, few things because I've seen some comments in other comment sections that we need to clear up. One, some people are asking, well, she should have had a DNR. Please get a DNR, y'all, blah, 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 so that your wishes can be respected. She had one. DNRs do not resuscitate, meaning if I'm dead, leave me dead. Do not put me on no machine. Do not try to bring me back. Do not hook me up to life support. Let me go. She had one. They did not respect that. Then, more importantly, when I first reported on this and I said that she went to the hospital for headaches, they sent her home, then she came back, I was not aware that there was a treatment that could have saved her. They denied her that treatment because the treatment that could have ultimately saved her life could have harmed the fetus. And actually, let's correct that because it's not a fetus until 9 weeks. She was actually 8 weeks when she went in. She hadn't completed the 8th week. And until the 8th week is complete, it's an embryo. So the embryo, and I don't know why y'all get so mad at us using correct terminology, embryo, fetus, those are correct words. You know that, right? Anyway, they could have saved her, but they didn't. So now I'm wondering, the doctors in that hospital who took an oath to first do no harm and who are supposed to try to save people's lives, why did they kill her? Because at this point, if you deny someone the treatment that can save them, then you killed them. So Emory Hospital in the state of Georgia murdered Adriana Smith. If we want to be real, I mean, am I wrong? They could have saved her. They didn't. They chose the embryo over her, and she died. And then the other thing, Christians, y'all give believers such a bad name. Y'all don't critically think. And if this doesn't apply to you, then don't get offended. But to those it does, I don't care. Y'all are insane. And this is why people think believers are insane. Because y'all sitting up here saying this was God's will. How? Explain to me how man's intervention is God's will. Because God's will is always the most natural way, according to y'all, right? Natural. What's natural? Natural is if a woman dies and she is carrying a 9 week embryo, that embryo will naturally die or cease to exist with her. That's natural. What happened was a hospital intervened and put her on a machine. Machines aren't natural. Machines aren't God's will, especially when the person is declared dead. So, yeah, it looks like the doctors played God. And I don't speak for God, I would never do such a thing. But I can almost guarantee that God doesn't want anyone playing God. God's will was for that embryo to go with its mother versus allowing man to intervene and make it an orphan. Because despite having family still, that child now doesn't have a mother. So, yeah, if anything, this wasn't God's will, this was man's will. This was y'all will, who call yourself pro-life. Whose life? Not Adriana Smith's. You were okay with her dying knowing that treatment could have saved her. So whose life are you pro about? You are pro-birth, you are pro-embryo, you are pro-fetus. You are not pro-life. Not when you feel like you can put it in your own hands to decide whose life is worth saving. Adriana Smith's wasn't apparently, but the embryo's was. I genuinely don't understand how y'all are justifying this at all. And here's the thing, you can be pro-life or pro-birth or whatever, but didn't that same God y'all talk about give everybody free will? So if someone else chooses to be pro-choice, that's their right and their free will given to them by God, right? Yeah, I don't understand this. I don't understand any of this or any of y'all. And as a black woman, I'm even more offended by it because our bodies have been experimented on for so long. So long. The field of gynecology wouldn't even exist without black women because they experimented on us, on our ancestors, on slave women who couldn't resist, who didn't have a voice. So, yeah, this is an experiment. They wanted to see, can we do this? Can we use this black body as an incubator to bring in another child? And then now the baby becomes an experiment too. Y'all know that, right? Oh, because they are going to be looking into this child's development. If he survives, they are going to be checking in and testing and doing all those things to see what becomes of a child removed, excavated from a dead woman. So we have two black bodies now that were a part of an experiment. One is no longer with us, and one, well, I guess we just have to wait and see. And y'all are okay with that in this country because you hate black bodies. Black bodies are a commodity, a product, property, still. And if you can't see that, then I don't know. But this is terrible. And she deserved better. She deserved better in life. She deserved to be saved because they could have. And she deserves better in death. So, yeah, I hope that everyone who made the decision to do this to this woman and everyone who agrees with it, I hope that somehow or another you get to feel even a portion of the pain that this family is feeling. And people can get mad and say, oh, if you believe in God, you wouldn't say such a thing. The hell I wouldn't. Imprecatory prayers are a thing. Look it up. They're in Psalms. They're a whole thing. I am not to wish good on people who do evil. And that's exactly where I'm at with this. Y'all did an evil thing, and no good should come to you from it. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the night, and I will holler at y'all later.